Blog Talk Radio.
Hello, everybody. We are so sorry that we are experiencing some technical issues here, but we're doing our best to solve them. And our host have a little bit of a trouble calling in, but I'm Anne anyway, so I hope you can hear me, everybody. And today we have Thursday, March 4th, 2021. And this is Soul Sister Show with hosts Sue and Anne, and I'm Anne, and we're trying to get Sue in as soon as we can. And thank you so much for your patience. Today we are going to talk about soul realignment and manifesting our divine soul blueprint, plus your calls for questions live on air. So we do our best to pass these technical matters. And actually, we'd love to talk to you. So if you want to and have patience with 3587 213-943-3587, or you can join us in the chat room at scrollsofthesoul.com/live. And we are always a live calling worldwide radio, broadcasting today's show from Arizona in the U.S. and Stockholm, Sweden. And as soon as we can bring Sue on, we would be very happy. Just bear with me for a little bit here. So sorry for disturbance. And as I said, trying to get Sue on here. And you can always listen live and text chat with us during our shows at scrollsofthesoul.com/live. scrollsofthesoul.com/live. And our intention today is to talk about soul realignment and manifesting our divine soul blueprint, plus your calls for questions and mini readings live on air. So bear with us for a few more minutes. And okay, trying to do whatever we can to bring Sue on here. Bear with me for 1 minute. Thank you.
Hi guys, I'm here. I don't know if you can hear me.
Thank you. I can hear you. Thank you.
Hi. Hi guys.
All the angels and the ascended masters and divine source and everyone just helped us out. Thank you so much. I did try to start the show.
So I'm sorry, guys. My apologies.
It happens sometime, and maybe I thought we were out of Mercury retrograde actually. So yeah. Anyway.
No, we have fall for this one. I'm sorry.
Okay. No, it's okay. Well, everyone, we finally have Sue from Arizona. Nice weather, Arizona this time around, right? And now we have the show on. Yay, how wonderful. So everything is said and done, and we are going to talk today about soul realignment and manifesting our soul Divine Soul Blueprint, plus your calls for questions and mini readings live on air, and we really would love to talk to you. So call in at 213-943-3587, 213-943-3587, or join us in the chat room at scrollsofthesoul.com/live. We are a live call-in worldwide radio, so we really love to talk to you. And if you want to talk with us live on the show and you're calling in, remember to press 1 so we see that you have taken your spot in the queue. And if you haven't listened to us before, we are the show that discusses the Akashic Records, Soul Realignment, healing modalities in general, and of course, we are passionate about any and all spiritual topics. So if you call into us, you can chat with us, you can ask a question, you can share a story with us, or why not get a free mini reading live on air. And we are proud to announce that we have listeners in basically all continents on the globe and in 27 countries all around the world and growing. Thank you so much for entrusting us and spending your time with us in any manner, either calling in, chatting with us, or listening to the replay. You can find us on YouTube. Just search for Scrolls of the Soul Radio directly on YouTube. And if you like us, subscribe and like our videos. Now let me bring on my co-host for Soul Sisters, Sue, all the way from Arizona. Hi, Sue. How are you?
I'm good. I just have to apologize to everyone. I take the fall on this one. You know, I have a nice brand new computer sitting here, and I'm still using the old one, and it kind of farted out on me, guys. So my apologies to everybody and to my co-host, Cindy. Oh, geez.
Yeah, it's okay. That was kind of nerve-wracking a little bit.
Oh, tell me about it. Tell me about it. Jeez. Okay, remember the frying pan, right? Yeah. Yeah, that frying pan didn't work the first time.
No, I know, but you know, you're not alone, because even if we know a lot of things, we have a lot of tools. We are sharing what we know and like acting a little bit like spiritual advisors, psychic advisors. You know, it doesn't mean that we are fault-free or don't make mistakes sometimes. I don't either listen all the time. So that's when my angel throws a hand on me. How about that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, well, I'm getting a good dose of it. Luckily, I have a computer geek who lives here with me, so he comes in and fixes all that, and I just wait for the screen to pop up. So.
And usually it's smooth and problem-free to call in, but it happens sometimes, and we don't have a lot of time. We have 15 minutes to fix anything that kind of pops up, so that's timeline. We made it.
You know, you would think they'd give you a little choice, maybe 30 minutes, or you could pick from, but I guess that's not the case.
Yeah, that's okay. But anyway, now you're here, I'm here, we have a bunch of listeners and we have a bunch of callers, and we're going to get to them soon. So just saying a few more things here. If you'd like to connect with me, Anne, or Sue for a personal reading, you can find us at scrollsofthesoul.com/Sue or scrollsofthesoul.com/N. And you can, of course, find out all about Scrolls of the Soul Radio at scrollsofthesoul.com. I think I'm still a little bit messing my head here. Anyway, it's going to pass. And join us live on air. Now is a great time to get your spot in the queue. So call in at 213-943-3587. International callers dial +1 213-943-3587. So call us for questions, get a free mini reading live on air, chat with us, share a story with us, anything spiritual, right? And remember to press 1 to talk with us live on the show. Or you can go to the chat room at scrollsofthesoul.com. show, I know that Sue is absolutely ready to tell us what last show was all about.
Last show was absolutely amazing. We had Jim on. He's he's a musician. But what ended up happening was we just had an amazing conversation. And Jim is he's kind of moving through. The best way I could state that is he's elevating his unique skill set. And so he talked about that and talked about what he's doing. He has some amazing clients that he's gained, and he's part of an app. Actually, trying to locate that app. It's called Insight Timer, and you can go in and request anybody who's on it. I'm actually just trying to look through it now as we're talking. There is just amazing people on here, and whatever your needs are, you can find them on this app. I'm not sure if we have it up right now from
in
last
the chat
week's
room.
show.
No, we don't.
Yeah,
we
okay,
don't.
That's fine, because our callers can go back in and listen to last week's show, where we always try to have a guest at the end of the month. Jim is just absolutely amazing. His skill set is off the charts as far as his ability to get to the point and give just these amazing readings. So, if you didn't get a chance to listen, just go into scrollsofthesoul.com/past, and he was on last week with us. Is there anything you would like to add, Steve or Jim?
Yes. Actually, I can. I did post a link to Jim Ryan if anyone wants to connect with him in the chat room at scrollsofthesoul.com/live, and you can find Jim at jimryan.com. jimryan.com, and that is Jim Ryan with a J, not a Y. So that way you can connect with Jim. He's actually having a new healing ceremony, and he's very good at what he's doing.
Right. Yeah, it was just an amazing show. I think next time we have him on, which we're going to have him on again, we'll try to have a bit more time. You wouldn't think 90 minutes goes by fast, but it did. It went by really fast.
Yeah, and the funny thing, I think we broke the record for time last show, so I think we were exactly spot on time. We were just about to be thrown out. Isn't that fun?
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's always a lot of fun, and we have to cut it short. But that's very rare that we do that, and that's just the system. It'll kick you out when your time is up. So, but we did good. We did really good. Okay, so everything is in the chat room, right? Scroll.
So,
right.
I think it's good for just to make another announcement and say if there are any links or connections or whatever that we feel is good for you to have. So we post it in the chat room at scrollsofthesoul.com/live, and we usually leave it for up to the next show. So the day before or in the morning of the same show, we kind of take that away. So you can always go back and find info in the chat room.
Right. Hey, so I'm curious, how's the weather out there where you're at?
It's not too bad, to be positive.
Yeah.
It's not minus. It's not very warm. Maybe I don't actually know, but maybe if I could guess, 2-5 degrees Celsius, somewhere in between that. Yes, it's cold. Of course, in Greece, it's a very different story. But anyway, it's okay.
I know. You're our traveling host.
Yes, I
right?
know. Back and forth, right?
That's okay. You give us all the details of what's going on in each country, so we get a nice
Yeah.
nice flavor of what's happening. I did want to go ahead, Susie.
No, I just wanted to say that it's nice to be able to travel, actually. So if you follow some rules and things, you can still travel, and I like that. And I think it's going to open up better soon. That's what
Right.
I'm hoping.
That's
Okay,
it.
your turn.
Just a quick message to our callers. Hang in there, guys. We just usually try to touch on the topic a little bit, and then we come right over to you. Sissy, can you still hear me?
I hear you.
Yeah, okay. There's some issues with, I'm seeing some issues visually here, so I'm just going to put out a warning if we get kicked off. It's because there's issues arising with Blog Talk, actually.
Yeah.
So,
but it's okay. I see
more.
The same thing. But we just continue.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm going to do. Okay, so why don't I just jump into the topic real quick? Just to give a little...
Absolutely.
Little bit. Okay, so today's topic is about, manifesting our divine soul blueprint. And the divine soul, of course, was created to express itself. And it is for what it, for all that exists. The soul expresses the whole, basically, the whole of itself. And we have the power
for
to
you,
do
actually.
this.
I have a question. What exactly is the divine soul blueprint?
Well, it's kind of what it says, right? I mean, it's. I guess everything is divine, right? The soul is divine in its creation, and that, of course, comes from Source. And even if we come in and we have some negative experiences, right, and we tend to take that as a bad thing, it really isn't, because, just as we have positive experiences, they're both equal in their in the energy they give off. So if you notice the amount of energy, we would think the amount of energy we put into something that's negative in our lives, we think it's more energy, when it's actually not. It's the same amount of energy that we use on the positive scale. So when measuring it, they're both exactly equal. And this is where, when we say the divine soul's blueprint, it is divine. It's from Source. So it is divine, exactly the way it was meant to be. Now, we may not always feel that way, right? But we are exactly what we are meant to be. Go ahead, Susie.
Yes. And, the divine soul blueprint is also, that is how we are created from the beginning. And that basically never changes. What can happen is that we add layers, like some blockages here and there throughout lifetimes, and, some other energies. But the very core of us, that's our divine soul blueprint. And that it can never be destroyed. It can never vanish or anything of that nature. So it's always going to be there. But of course, what we do, for instance, as Soul Realignment practitioners, is that we can help to clear the energies and clear away things that are affecting us at this very point. But we can never destroy how our soul was as it was created, and that's always there. We try to come back to that point so that we can start to grow from there and move forward, right?
Exactly. And I don't think, no matter where we are as these third dimensional beings, that we ever stop, even when we come to death's doorstep, right? Because we're talking about energy and always being energy. That just transforms, from this dense kind of weighted thing to our true self, our light expression, so to speak. And that is, I think there, as far as my point of growth, there's always that growth that continues right up to the end. And even when we transition, into that different form, we continue growing. At least that's my perspective of it. I believe we do.
Yeah.
And so, go ahead.
No, I wanted to say that the reason why we are here is that we are supposed to experience ourselves, and everything's within our power. Even if we can't control everything, because there are two different things, right? But what happens is that through our experiences, that's how we can understand ourselves, meaning our soul. So, for instance, I know we talked a lot about this. If we have everything kind of smooth, not having anything to deal with, that's going to bring us to the point where we have nothing to experience. And if we don't have anything to experience, how can we understand? Because we have nothing to compare with. So it's very easy explained, but it's not like we have chosen to come here to suffer. It's not about that, but that's a label we put on things. And sometimes because we come here and we don't remember so many things, there are a few souls that actually do, but it's rare. And when we don't remember, we don't have access to that knowledge about ourselves. So we are taught by the time we are living in, our traditions, family, countries, everything. This is what you're supposed to do. This is how you're supposed to do it, and this is what you can say, this is what you can't say, and things of that nature. And that's how we create. So, for instance, an example, think about a couple of hundred years ago, right?
Yeah.
Society looked very, very different. So we tried to do everything based on the knowledge we had at that time, right? So it's not that we are supposed to judge ourselves either, because we always try to do. That's a very self-connected thing, to try to do the best. And the choices that we are making may sometimes need us to step out of convention so that we can really be true. Because what is a convention and what is a norm at a certain point may not be in alignment with the soul, actually. It's kind of a man-made tradition or idea or whatever that is imposed upon us. So with that as a basis, it's like navigating without having light sometimes before we start to become aware.
Right.
Go ahead.
Would you say that we have, no matter where we are in this experience, whether it was 100 or hundreds of years ago, well, we always have that power to manifest our intentions, right? Doesn't matter where the soul was at what time.
Yes.
So, and it doesn't always come, here's the interesting part of that, so when you put that intention in for something, right, it doesn't always manifest, of course, at the time you would like it to, but in the manner, that's always interesting, because it's only when we look back, right, do we realize, most of the time we realize it when it occurs, but when we don't and we think it didn't manifest somehow, so it's when we look back and go, wait a minute, this did occur at this time, just not in the way in which I would have liked it to. And this is the other reason why we always talk about journaling, right? That we need to journal. Yeah. Because that is a huge help as far as looking back at what we may have manifested. Go ahead.
Yes, and you know what? That's very interesting, because when you say that things usually don't manifest in the way we think they will, right? So we have a perception, we have a pre-idea, we have, this is how things are going to be. This is what I want, and this is how I'm going to get there. But when we are manifesting, and we do that all the time, we do that through our choices and through our actions and what we say, think, do, daydream about or whatever. So the universe just had to respond. But when we are seeing a response that we don't like, maybe we didn't put the intention on everything, all the different points very clear. So we have an idea how we're going to reach there. Many times we give up right in front of the doorstep because we feel like it's not going to happen. But, sometimes things can manifest very fast. Other times it takes time because other times it may not be only in our hands, right? So we are all also connecting with everybody else. Does that make sense?
Right. Oh, yeah. Right. I totally agree. I'm going to dig in a little more about the blueprint itself. So I think we all have our own way of visualizing what that might be. For me,
Yeah.
I see this literal document, visually see this document, and it's a blueprint document is what I see, and it's big. You have to roll it out, and it looks like a home, but it's not. So it's hard to explain. For me, it looks like all the lines there. And when I look, when I go in clearer, then all of this is kind of labeled as to what it is in the blueprint and what aspects were created by Source. So yeah, that's just my visual, my visual sense of a blueprint. And I got to tell you why I see that real quick. It's I had a family member who had passed away, and we were cleaning up the house, right? And in the cabinets were these big rolls of paper that were the original blueprints to this house. So now that's what's in the back of my mind as far as, a blueprint and how I would see it. And it literally, has the blue lines in it. So
yeah,
I think it's from our own experiences that we apply things when we see them, I guess is the best way to put it. Okay, I see that we've got callers, Sissy. Do you want to go to the bottom of the hour, or you want me?
Yeah.
Or grab some calls?
Yes.
Yes, I'm grabbing calls.
Yes, grab.
Okay. All right, guys, I'm coming over to you. Hang on. All right. Hello, caller. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Hi. What's your name?
Hi. My name is Kate, and I'm calling from Atlanta, Georgia.
Hi, Kate.
Hi, Kate. Okay. Welcome.
K-A-Y.
Okay, gotcha. Georgia, how's it going? We haven't talked in a while.
I know, it has been a minute. Thank you for taking the call.
Yeah.
I've been loving what you're saying. It's so on point, and especially some areas in my life, so it's really refreshing to listen to.
Oh, thank you. So what can we do for you?
Thank you. My question is regarding my present living situation. My girlfriend and I are living together, and we are, going through the growing pains. It's been interesting. Well, her brother lives here, and the nicest way to say it, I think he thinks he's the woman of the house. I'm just wondering how this can. What's the best way until he moves, if he's going to move, when he moves, should I say, how to manage this?
What have you done? I'm just curious what you've done to do that. As far as manifest.
A lot of meditation. A lot of meditation. And fortunately, she and I are talking. We are talking a lot more. Her reaction to him is when she's frustrated with him, of course. Mine is just, we need this space. He needs to basically man up, and it's time to go.
Right.
Okay.
And does she know that? I mean, have you said that, or have you kind of softened it? you say it.
Softened it, yeah. I've kind of softened it. Yeah.
I've got an idea, and I'm sure Ann does too. So let me just throw something out at you. What about if you write it down like we were talking earlier, but this time you actually burn it. So you create a document, and then you burn it, because that's, now you're putting your intention out to the ether, right? Everywhere, basically. And so,
I like that.
Right. So it's not just about meditating. Now we're putting it out everywhere. And when you do that, for me anyways, it may not be for you, I just know for myself, it's like I put my stamp, my final stamp, to close something out and say, okay, I'm done with this. I can't carry this anymore. I don't want it. And so,
I like that.
So write down everything, how you feel about it. Just make sure that even if you you type it on your phone and it's locked, let's say, and then you send it somewhere to print it out. So it's just you, And you go somewhere. Georgia is a beautiful area. And there's a lot of places you could go to do that. So I would definitely give that a try.
Yes, I like that. I really like that. I have done that in a past relationship way years ago. When I was releasing it, I wrote a letter and I burnt it, and then I went down to the river and I just waited till the water was flowing, and I put the ashes in the water so it wouldn't be stagnant. Yeah, I like that.
Oh yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
And that's a release, right? Did you feel a sense of release when you did that?
Yes, yes, I did. Great. Okay.
Yeah, I love that.
All right. Thank
Let
you.
me see what Ann had.
Yeah. Hi, Kay. Hi, Sue. And actually, it feels for me the same way, just as Sue said. And it's like this is something that is very emotional, and it's getting on everybody, and that's fully understandable. And that's when we do create more energy into something, if that makes sense. So that is the greatest challenge at this time. It feels like for me that when you manage this with family and brother, choose freedom. And when I say choose freedom, try to avoid getting into deep discussions or things of that nature, because that's going to add to the negative side. Because basically, as we always say, it's the same energy, but it's with two different polarities. So one side is as what we label as positive, and the other is the negative one, right? So take that energy, because there's a tremendous amount of energy when we feel annoyed or angry or irritated. There's sometimes it can be even more if we put a lot of energy into it, and if there are other people involved, it's going to be even more, right? So do your best, because you are conscious and you are very aware of this. Take the energy and just be very consistent and focus stubbornly on your goal. And also when you write the paper and then when you talk and think about this, also add to the highest good of all involved, because that's when you will also say that you're not going to create anything more into this, because it's like you hand over that part to the universe to manage, so you will not create anything more when it comes to that. And it feels like the very thing that feels to be blocked at this time is the manifestation of the goals, because it feels like he wants to move too, but it's like everything is stuck in the energy. It's going to open up. So I see some healing coming in, and try also to see that even if things look in a certain manner at this point, it's an illusion, and because the energy are creating the illusion for you. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
Yeah. So I feel that there is kind of a solution coming once you just say no to stepping into any kind of discussions or drama. So you need to change that energy and do what Sue said. And you can also do something else that is very powerful. We have a video on this one too on our YouTube channel. I can post a link in the chat room at scrollsofthesoul.com/live, so you can go there. I'm going to search it in a little bit. Because it's a very good idea to ask Archangel Michael to come and help you cut the cords. You never ever.
I love it. I love it.
Or anything that is supposed to be there. You cut everything that is interfering with you. It's very simple, and I will actually post a link there so you can use that. It's powerful.
Beautiful.
Does that make sense?
Thank you so much. It makes wonderful sense. Thank you so much. I appreciate this. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Just continued confirmation. So, can I stay on and listen, or do I have to drop?
Yeah, actually.
No.
Stay on. Yep, I was going to, actually, I'll just put you on hold, but before I do, can I read you just one thing? I pulled a card specifically for today, and there's a beautiful, if you go over to our site, scrollsofthesoul.com, there are beautiful mandalas there, and there's an amazing mandala up for today. And the card I pulled, I grabbed this deck, and I don't use it all the time. It's called Mother Mary Oracle, and there are amazing, I'm just going to read a small thing to you. The card is the first card. It came up, and it says, Our Lady of Sacred Earth. So, but it's spelled with an H. And this is what it says really quick. And this is for all of us. You are my child, and I am your mother. Your home, through my grace, is always secure. You are never to fear. Yeah, you are never to fear being lost and abandoned. Your home is provided through my grace. Hang on, let me finish. Hang on. You always have a home to return to through my grace. Surrender attachments and fear now, my cherished one. There is no need for it. Do you think I would forget what you truly need? That I would deny you this? You who has belonged to me through all time and are my child under my care of protection. Here's the final part. Let go of all such worries now and pray to me. I will assist you. And that was a message from Mother Mary for all of us for this day.
Wow.
Yeah, I thought it.
Now, that's divinely ordered. That was divinely ordered. Thank you. Thank you, Spirit. Oh, my God. Okay. I got goosebumps, but thank you. You ladies are a blessing. Blessings to you both. This was perfect. Wow.
Thank you. So are you. And I put up the link to cord cutting with Archangel Michael. Yeah.
I see it. I am going in now. Thank you so much. This is wonderful.
Oh, you're welcome. Okay, Kay, I'm going to put you on hold because I've got other callers, and you can listen. Go for it. Just listen in.
Okay, great. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, too, Kay. All right. Okay, Sissy, are you ready?
Yes. Do you want me to do a few more short announcements and then we can proceed with the show? Is that okay?
Yeah, go ahead.
So, just because we started off so weird today, but anyway, the positive side says we are here, finally.
Yeah.
And we reached the bottom of the hour. How nice is that? And we'd love to talk to you. There is room, actually, for anyone who wants to call us and talk to us. So you can call in at 213-943-3587. 213-943-3587. International callers dial +1 before the number, and you can call us for questions, chat with us, share a story with us, or why not get a free mini reading live on air, and press 1 to talk with us live on the show. Or you can go to scrollsofthesoul.com/live to listen live and text chat with us during the show. And on today's show, we have been talking about, and we will probably talk a little bit more about soul realignment and manifesting our divine soul blueprint, plus your calls for questions and mini readings live on air. And if you'd like to connect with me, Anne, or Sue, you can find us at scrollsofthesoul.com/Sue or scrollsofthesoul.com/Anne. And once again, guys, call in at 213-943-3587. 213-943-3587. International callers dial +1 before the number and press 1 to talk with us live on the show. And our next upcoming show here on Scrolls of the Soul Radio is next Thursday, March 11, 2021, with Soul Sister Show and host Sue and Ann. We will be talking about astrology, the zodiac, birth signs, and part 1 of 2 episodes. Part 2 will air second Thursday of April. So next Thursday, part 1. And your calls for questions and free mini readings live on air. You can always keep yourself updated on upcoming shows at scrollsofthesoul.com/upcoming. And we are a live call-in worldwide radio, broadcasting today from Arizona in the U.S. and Stockholm in Sweden. And find us on YouTube. Search for Scrolls of the Soul Radio directly on YouTube. Subscribe and like our videos. And if you want to have access to links and things we talk about on the show today, you can go to scrollsofthesoul.com/live and we post it in the chat room. Now I'm done. That was fast, wasn't it?
Yeah. I am so slow today. I'm so sorry. Just a little slow.
It's okay, Sissy. It happens.
Oh, all right. Let me move on to our next caller. Hang on 1 second. Oh, I think we dropped Kay, or she might have dropped out. All right. Well, there are other ways to listen to. So give me a second.
Oh, wow.
Hello? Hi.
I get to see you. Yay.
Oh, Melissa. It's
Hi,
you,
Melissa.
girl.
No, it's
see
Lisa.
you.
It's Lisa.
Oh, Lisa. I'm sorry.
Lisa.
Sorry, Lisa.
Oh, sorry.
Well,
Hi,
that's
Lisa.
all right.
My bad.
No, you're cool. You're cool. I love it.
Oh, thank you. Where are you
Yes.
calling from, Lisa?
Arizona.
Arizona. Oh, nice.
Oh,
Another
the best
Arizona.
place, right?
Sorry?
I said another Arizona call, huh?
I'm putting my
Nice.
earbuds in.
Nice.
On yours. How funny is that?
Okay,
Sorry.
we hear you.
Thank you.
What can we
Kind of
do
how
for
my
you?
day's going.
Yeah.
Oh, man, I'm having a fling with somebody, a man
Ah.
who he came after me, and I said, "Are you looking at me?" To him.
Yeah.
No, I didn't say that. I was getting
That's
out
from a
I was
movie,
trying
right?
I was trying to get out of a 20-year relationship, and anyway, I started with this guy, and it's just been, oh, my God, I'm just going crazy over him. I don't want marriage. I don't want us to move in together. I don't want any of that. But it was a bad relationship I was coming out of. First, we were working together on my house. I had hired him. I hired help.
Oh,
and
interesting.
and we worked together, laughing and joking, and doing the work that we needed to do on my house, emptying it out. And he was just, oh man. And then I realized he was looking at me a certain way, and I thought, what the heck's going on here? And then I just pretended not to notice. And so anyway, today we're having a fling. And I just want to know what you pick up with that.
Interesting.
Okay.
Sissy, do you want to take this one first? If you're okay with it. If not, I can.
No,
Okay.
it's okay. I take it. Hi, Lisa. Anne here.
Hi. Hi.
Hi. So it's coming up for me like something cozy, So it feels like there are definitely feelings and things going on here that can actually grow into something deeper if you would
Really?
like to. But it feels like it's a little bit of stepping out of old behaviors and old patterns, and I think that goes for both of you. So,
yeah.
you know, when we meet someone new, we always go back to what we have experienced. It's very human, very normal, and very common to do so. So, because that is what we know, right? It's sitting in our back. So when we see something or feel, or, you know, we start to wonder what's going on here. Is this something that can be for the future? What's going on? Why do I feel triggered about this part, etc.? It's just to take a step back, be the observer, and know that no one is ever like anyone else. Sometimes in our responses between each other, we create some of the patterns, if that makes sense. So try to just observe at this time and know that nothing can actually reoccur unless we invite it to, and that's what we usually do, right? So we invite something because we have experience of it. So it feels like this has potential to be something very, very different, but it's in the early stages, of course. But it feels like there's an optimism and a joy connected to this, but also, of course, work. But that makes sense because you said it's someone who you met through work, basically, because you had some things. So that makes. But know that just observe your patterns, and that goes for him, of course, too. If he's spiritually interested, you can bring up the discussion, because it feels like, and we always have, no matter how it feels like, we always have the possibility to create something brand new. And that way we give each other the chance as the souls and human beings we are from scratch, right? Because there is a tendency to be triggered by old patterns. That goes for him as well, not only you. Does that make sense?
Right. Well, it all makes sense. We have these very deep, long discussions, and then we hit the sack, and then we have a great time there, and then we have more discussions. But that he's on the same plane that I am, I mean, I am really falling deeply crazy about him, and do you feel that way from him?
I feel that his interest is very deep too, but he needs also, like you have, maybe he needs more than you if he's not in the same vibration, so to speak. Maybe he needs to release a little bit more and be more aware, and there are many different ways. If he's not open to spiritual discussions, you can talk to him in a psychological sense, or however you want to approach it. But I feel that he needs to clear quite a few things, but that he wants to get to know you, but that's also causing him a little bit of distress maybe, and I see healing coming in that part. But sometimes people know they have feelings, they have deep feelings, and they know that this is something I can build on, but it's also scary. So I go back and forth a little bit. So I come your way and I show my interest, and then it heatens up a little bit and it deepens, and I take a step back. Does that make sense?
Well, excuse me, it does, but he doesn't take us. Neither one of us are taking steps back, and I'm not looking dead, and I'm serious about this. And I'm not looking for marriage. I'm not looking for moving in together. But I am falling deeply head over heels, crazy, so smitten. I mean, I'm just like, and I didn't, and he and he knows. I mean, I tell him that, but we talk about many other things. We spend a lot of hours together. The next 2 days, I won't see him because of his work, and then I'll see him again. And So I'm really focused on a lot of stuff. And I do have a mentor that I talk to. In fact, I just talked to her this morning about what you're talking about, because I told her, God, I don't want to, exactly what you're saying. You know, and I told him, I said, all my relationships, and I just came out of it 20 years, I said, they all end in disaster, all of them. And I don't want to do that anymore. So you picked up on exactly what I was saying and where I'm at with it. And we have, you know, he's a 12-stepper, and I believe in 12-step. And so it's a very spiritual, that's a very spiritual structure, not structure, but anyway, so you know, so we have a lot in common, actually. We do have a lot in common. So I just wondered if he was on. You feel that he's also.
Yes, I feel he wants the same thing. But sometimes we do also act a little bit differently. So some people are slower and some other are faster. And sometimes, you know, until we get to know each other really in depth, how we manage, it can take quite a long time, specifically if we are not living together. But I feel that there is a great potential for a deepened commitment and relationship between you. But how you want that to look, that's up to you. And a committed relationship can be anything from marriage to engagement to living together or living separately, but having a relationship. So it's up to the two of you. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I know. And, well, at least you're picking up that I'm not scaring him or smothering him. I mean, I know he's showing up every time, so I don't think that. But, see, it's like going on a wild carnival ride for me. 20 years in one kind of relationship, and then all of a sudden this is, and it's like you see people on those high carnival rides where they plunge to the depths. That's where I'm at with all this. I'm just like crazy smitten with him. And I don't want to scare him off.
I don't sense you scare him off. And it feels, you know, sometimes we need also to take a step forward to take our place in a relationship, because he's not showing you that he doesn't want anything. So take your place. And sometimes we also need to, from our point of view, our angle, express how we feel. That can be very clearing and very relieving for everybody involved. And sometimes we tend to be very careful and we take small steps and we don't really come forward because we are afraid of being too much or scaring the other one or whatever. But if you are who you are, you just be yourself, just express how you feel, what you're expecting. I feel that can be of a real help. Do you want us to ask if Sue has anything she can add to this?
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
I've got
Sue?
I've got a ton of things. Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm making a lot of notes, are kind of personal and private. So I'm going to just leave that there. Because this is, you know, it's over the air and I don't want to do that. But you did say 12-step, as in 12-step program like AA? Is what you're talking about?
I think that's the only 12-step I know about.
Okay. I don't know. There might be ones that I don't know about either, so I had to ask, which is awesome.
Well,
that's really
They
awesome.
have different kinds of 12-step. You know, they have 12-step for people that need to get over worried about their people that are addicted, or they have all sorts of 12 steps, I think.
Oh, yeah.
But the philosophy is the same. You know, letting go, letting God, you know, that kind of thing, trust, that kind of thing.
Right. Yeah, that's kind of where I was leaning towards. So that's really great. And that feels very much at home for you, right? There's that sense of feeling at home there with this person. And not everybody feels that way, you know, about those steps. That people have that preconceived notion. So, but this feels really nice, you know, feels really nice where he's at and where you're at. But it also feels very youthful. There's a lot of that youthful energy going on there, which is great. Nothing against that, right?
No.
Are you having some doubts in a couple areas? I'm not asking what they are, just if you're having a couple of doubts.
Yeah, because the whole idea of having hired him was that I put my house on the market and I'm leaving. I'm going 5 hours away to be with my grandson who's 5, and he knows that. He knew that from the get-go, and I mentioned it to him. We can keep, I said it'll be up to you, but you're always welcome to come and visit, or we'll work something out. I said, whatever that is. I have no idea what that means, but I said you'll always be welcome, and you'll always have a place. And so, he I think he might be a little worried about that too.
Right. Are you having a sense of worry on it as well?
No, I'm not. This is a new chapter in my life. I am leaving a 20-year relationship that was horrible.
Yeah.
And I feel I don't want to hurt him. I adore that we're having. And, if he expressed to me like, oh, come on, we need to keep this going or whatever, I would explore that possibility with him.
Right.
Carefully, not throwing away my boundaries or anything.
Yeah. Yeah. No, well, do you feel like that might be a little hiccup there? Which it could be,
Well, a couple of different times I saw his reaction when we, so I'm trying to be very clear. Oh man, everything.
Right.
I'm sorry. I said that for me, not for you guys. Oh man, kind of thing. I just didn't expect this to come. It came out of the blue, and I had a vision board. I was telling my mentor, but it wasn't anything like this. And it was all tidy. It was easy, and on the vision board, and life.
Right.
So he, I sense, I pick up that he's kind of struggling maybe a little bit, and maybe that's too harsh of a word. I think he's trying to work on exactly how I expressed it to you. Let's keep it in the present. Let's not project into the future, that kind of thing.
Right. I'm just laughing, to myself on this one because I had that similar conversation about 33 years ago.
Oh wow!
That would be 33 years of marriage.
Oh my God!
So,
wow.
Yeah. So I just kind of think to myself, but I don't want to project either. Because when you're younger and you've gone through the crap, and that's exactly what you're talking about. You have 20-year crap, right? And you don't want to have that anymore.
God,
and
no. Jesus,
so you're extremely carefree. You want to explore some of that, and quite honestly, I would continue exploring that side of yourself. That's the good thing. You're moving to help with your grandchild, right, and to reacquaint yourself, so to speak, and that's all great too. But outside of that, that mom, that grandma, that wife, so to speak, you should be exploring this. You should. There's nothing wrong with it. And as far as your vision board, there was probably something there, not quite written in this manner. So there's probably something there that maybe when you look back, you go, because it's always in the subconscious,
You're so right, because I wasn't looking at the figures. I cut it out of magazines. But what I was actually looking, and I think it's already been mentioned in the minutes that we've been talking, I was looking at the joy of being with a man and just full abandonment. And so you're reminding me, that's what I have right now. It's just joy with full abandonment. Yeah.
Right.
So that's what the vision board,
like you said, there's no expectation. You're not putting expectations on it. You're living in the freest sense, right? That's what you're doing. And you want to live up to that, because that's, it's been 20 years of the other, right?
Oh,
and
God.
It's it could be very easy to attach to. So for your own sake, protect your heart as well. Just because, because you are attaching, and you're not, like you said, you're not adding, you don't want a permanent thing, not right now. Because Lisa is exploring Lisa, and
you're right. I've worried. Yeah, I have worried about that part, attaching.
Yeah.
I'm wondering, God, what's it, I'm thinking, see, I have a vision of myself hitting the road, arriving in my new place, and starting my new chapter, and not even looking back. That's my vision. But like you're talking about, I've wondered about the attachment side of things.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just, it can be easy to do that when it's very free and carefree, and you're stating, and I'm sure he's stating, okay, no attachment, no expectation, all that good stuff. And the shocking part is when, there actually ends up being that, right? Which is a nice surprise. But if you're both, it's if you both decide that you're going to take that further. That's the thing,
No, I didn't, yeah. And he hasn't either. Right. I just said to him, I saw him coming on to me, and I realized it. Mm-hmm. And so then I started flirting back, and then I just openly said, I said, I'd like to hang out with you. And so we just began it. We started it.
Right.
And I said, I'm really shy about this at first. I said that. And then I said, so it is what it is. And so we've just been spending all our time together. And, a lot of it, except for work. But, so anyway, I don't want to leave any casualties, and I don't want to be a casualty either.
Yeah. No, I completely understand. And, there's more I want to still in. Oh, sorry, hit my mic. But I don't want to over the air. So you're welcome to, if you want an extended reading, you can go to our site, either Anne or myself, at scrollsofthesoul.com. If you're interested in a little more, but I've got to grab some other callers. So, but I'm very curious, Lisa. I'm so curious. But I'll leave that to you.
I'm curious too.
Oh dear.
But that would be a personal conversation. So that's your call if you want to make it.
Thank you.
All right, Lisa. Listen, keep us informed, anyways. How you're doing and how things are going at the house. Because we're here.
Thank you.
Oh, you think I'm sweating over here. Okay.
Thank you, Lisa.
Enough of that.
Thank you.
Thank you both.
Have a great day.
Your Earth Angels. You too. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Have an amazing day.
Oh, you as well.
You too.
Both of you. Thank you.
Bye, honey. Okay, Sissy, I'm going to grab another caller here real quick. Let me see who's been here for a while. All right. Hello, caller. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hello.
Hi. What's your name?
My name is Ashiel. How are you?
I'm good, Ashiel. Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from New York, please.
Oh, hi.
Well, welcome. What can we do for you?
I'll just trying, see what's coming up in terms of my career, my love life. Career-wise, things are a little slow now. I have an online business, so things are a little slow. So I'm just curious. I'm open to whatever. And relationship-wise, I'm talking to someone. So I just, with this Corona thing, so we're still just talking right now.
Right. Huh. So just quickly, this is Sue, Ashiel. I grabbed a deck of cards, and I pulled a card for you. And I actually got an Archangel, Azrael. And this card is, the title of it is Release. Okay? And the image, it's a really beautiful image. The wings are gold, actually, and the scenery is in kind of in the woods kind of the deep woods, but it's lit up, and there's an amazing river and lake and rocks, and a lion, kind of a lion in the back of this image. But it says, the end of a phase or situation, a spiritual transition, time to move on. And I know that's kind of in general, but there is something specific that this card is talking about. So I'm not sure, I have to leave that up to you whether you state what that may be. But yeah, it definitely is asking that you move on from a situation which may not have been healthy for you. That makes any sense?
Are you talking about the love life or talking about the career? I'm trying to understand.
You know more. You would know more because it was a very general question, so I've got to give, I got a general answer through this text. So it's just, like I said, it's time to move on. Let's see, the end of a phase or situation, a spiritual transition. So have you moved out of something that's kind of rigid into something that's more open-minded, spiritually based?
No, really. The only thing, to be honest with you, that's coming into my mind is more my career because I'm becoming more spiritual. So I'm thinking maybe, I'm open to even transition to other things. So that's the only thing that's making sense so far.
Right. Yeah. If the question is more specific, I would probably get a more specific answer. But because when you have general questions, you kind of get general answers. But I will ask Anne if she's got something.
Okay.
Yes.
Anne?
Hi, Anne here. Hi. I actually feel that my sense of the answer that came, I can't promise that I'm correct, but it felt like it's connected to love life, probably. And of course, it's up to you to decide. And sometimes we can set a timeline for ourselves, and we can kind of be more of an observer, so we can see what's going on. Because here's what really happens. Everything around us is a sign, because everything is energy. And once we try to take a step back and we just observe, we usually get the answers, how things are looking, because they are not always as we perceive them when we are in the middle of something, right? And I do feel that there are good things that have been. It's always a blend and a mix of good things and sometimes negative things going on. But it feels like you probably will choose to free yourself from this so you can move on, move forward. And to free oneself I feel that may give you peace of mind when it comes to love and relationships. I can't say that I'm the all-seeing eye of everything here, but this is my sense of what's going on. And when it comes to the career and work part, I have a feeling that there will be, it's like there is a healing going on in this energy around your work. So it feels like you have put in a lot of effort. You have done many things. What I'm hearing is be a little bit patient. You may need to correct a few things, but if you're open and you do some research and you check out some possibilities, I think you can proceed. That's what I'm sensing. It's a good time to prepare and to maybe specify yourself when it comes to your business. But it feels like you have what it takes so that you can do something for the future. But the timing in the world have not been very supportive to anyone. So that's something to consider too. Of course it is. But there are always options, and you're a very intuitive person. So you can listen within, observe. When it comes to the relationship, set a timeline for yourself and observe, and then you will know. Why I say set a timeline is because sometimes we wait forever to see the changes that will not come about, because even if there are feelings and there feels to be some things going on here that I can't put my finger on, but they are really maybe bothering you. I don't know if this makes sense to you.
Yeah, now it does make sense, because the relationship part is somebody I'm just talking to, and what I'm doing to exactly what you're saying, I'm observing. I'm not making it, I'm just observing the conversation. See, that's why, so it makes sense. And that part,
okay. Yeah. So set that timeline for yourself. That gives you the time to adjust energetically. But I have a sense that you're going to walk away from this at some point. So, okay. Shall we see if Sue has anything more? Sue?
Just a quick statement about your name. It's actually a very beautiful name. Is your family lineage from India? I'm just curious.
No, actually, Africa. But it's a common name in India also. Yeah, it's a common name in India also.
Yeah, it's just so unique and beautiful. And it's, some people have a name that doesn't fit them. You can come up, and your name really fits you and fits your spirit. So, I know it's not what you were asking about, but it's just, I had to look it up, look up your name, and the spelling on it. It may be spelled a couple different ways, but there's your spirit goes your name goes perfectly with your spirit, if that makes sense. So, and I love your name.
He does, because actually my grandfather was named the same way, and he was a very spiritual man too. So.
Oh, nice. Oh, very nice. Okay. See, that makes sense why. All right. Well, listen, I've got to wrap it up because I've got to grab other callers. Good luck with everything, and keep us informed. We're on every Thursday at the same time.
Good luck. Many blessings to you. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye. Okay. Sissy, we've got about 15. You think we're good for one more?
Yes, one more, and then we have to wrap it up. We have to make it a little bit faster than the other one.
Yes.
Okay? As usual.
Right. Hello, caller. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hello?
Hi.
Hi. My name is Maria. I'm calling from New York. How are you?
Calling from New York?
Hi, Maria.
Yes.
Oh, welcome. How are you?
Welcome.
Fine. How are you?
I'm very good.
Thank you for taking. I want to ask you, if you don't mind. You see, I'm going to go in Italy this summer. I'm going to buy a property over there.
Right. It's weird right now because I'm just seeing that wall that everyone's getting that resistance right now. Are you having some resistance getting to Italy in the first place?
Yeah.
I can't. It's weird. It's like I have a visual wall that will not let me see through it or over it. So I'm going to actually douse for this question and ask Anne if she's ready or not.
And next year, to follow the year and go.
Yeah. Hold on 1 second.
Okay, thank you.
Is there something you're picking up on? Or no?
All right. Okay.
Hello?
Hello?
Yeah.
Yes.
Maria, Anne is going to take your question, and I'm going to actually use the douse and douse your question, okay? This is Sue.
Okay,
and Anne will take it. Okay.
Hi, Maria. Anne here. So it feels like what's coming up for me, and many times psychic and spiritual advice along with logic is kind of walking hand in hand, because it's usually coming up. Of course, everything is being affected by how things are in the world, as Sue mentioned too. So it's a sense of an energy surrounding this right now that you may feel restricted and can't really go and do what you really want. But it feels like there will be, I can't say exactly when, it feels to take some time, but that if this is your dream, you will be able to buy a property, but maybe it will take some time before you can come to that point. And it feels like it's a good thing to do on your end for the future, because it feels like this is something that also is very emotionally connected to you. And when it comes to know when and what, I think that you will have some time here. Maybe you have already started. A good thing is actually to keep your eyes open and continue to keep them open. Research. Don't put this on the shelf, so to speak. Keep on doing what you're doing, because that's sending your intentions out. So it shows that this is what I want for the future. So sometimes, because of the circumstances that we can't control everything, it's out of our personal reach, so to speak. But it feels like just go on, and it's a very big chance that you can have a property. I would say that it takes a few months before you may be able to travel. That can be off and on, because now it's very hard to predict as well, because things are changing all the time. But don't give up. I don't know if this makes sense to you.
You're right.
It does?
You're
okay.
right.
So wonderful. So let's ask Sue. Sue, did you get anything?
Yeah, actually, I did. There's a 3-week kind of thing going on, and it may be because of the COVID. I just wrote down 3 weeks. As far as the sale of the property, that's going to occur again. Everything's moving slow, so the time it would have taken for a sale, the paperwork, any involvement with the government, things of that nature, everything is set by this 3 weeks. So it may take 3 weeks before you finally can go, and then about 3 weeks until you have to isolate and get out. So there's something with 3, 3, and 3, basically. So have you made your plans to go to Italy, Maria?
No.
No? Okay. When you're able to, okay, this is kind of how it's going to go when you're able to get over there. So it's not that it's going to happen. It will happen. It's just there's these walls or blockages that are in the way. You know, in every country, especially if you have to stop off at a different country, I'm not sure how flights are between New York and Italy. Have you been looking at them, and are there straight-through flights?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, definitely do that, just because they want people to stay home once you get to your destination. You know, so that's always fun. So I think that's why 3 weeks came up. So it just everybody's behind with all of their chores and their tasks. Yes, the home, the property, that's all going to sell. Just know that everything is in threes for some reason. So I hope that makes sense to you.
Excuse me. I don't want to sell the property. Excuse me. I want to buy it.
Again, that's gonna take a little bit of time, just because everyone is catching up. You know, everyone's behind. There's less people working where they need to work. Some people can't do jobs from home. Others can't do their jobs from home. So you have less people performing in the manner that normally it would be a little bit quicker. So it's kind of this slow-moving wheel. You know, it grinds really slow. So as far as purchasing, selling and purchasing, it's just going to take time. It's a number three type of thing.
Yes.
But I wrote down 3 weeks, so I think everything evolves around 3 weeks. Whatever the task is that you're doing, if that makes sense. Okay. Maria, I've got to wrap it up because
Thank you very much. God bless you. Thank you for taking me. Thank you.
Oh, bless you.
Thank you too.
God bless you. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.
Okay, so I just dive straight into end of show announcements. So today we have been talking about soul realignment and manifesting our divine soul blueprint, plus your calls for questions and readings live on air. And if we didn't get a chance to get your call today, please call into our next show, and you can find upcoming shows at scrollsofthesoul.com/upcoming. And our next show will be next Thursday, March 11, 2021, with Soul Sister Show and host Sue and Ann discussing astrology, the zodiac, birth signs, part 1 of 2. So next Thursday, part 1, and part 2 will air second Thursday of April. And we, of course, as usual, we take your calls for questions and free mini readings live on air. We'll be on 10 a.m. Pacific in the US, 6 p.m. London, 7 p.m. Sweden, and 8 p.m. Greece in Europe. And you can listen to replays of all our shows anytime at scrollsofthesoul.com/past. scrollsofthesoul.com/past. Keep yourself updated on upcoming shows at scrollsofthesoul.com/upcoming, scrollsofthesoul.com/upcoming. And you can also go to YouTube, search for Scrolls of the Soul Radio directly on YouTube, and you can find full past episodes and upcoming shows on YouTube as well. And please subscribe and like our videos. And you can always listen live and text chat with us during our shows at scrollsofthesoul.com/live. And if you'd like to connect with me, Anne, or Sue for a personal reading, you can find us at scrollsofthesoul.com/Sue or scrollsofthesoul.com/Anne. And I think that's about it, Susie. Do you have... Thank you all for listening and calling in, and we're back next Thursday, March 11, 2021, talking about astrology, the zodiac, birth signs, part 1 of 2. And Sissy, is there anything you want to tell the listeners before the show ends?
Of course I do. I just want to say thank you. We so appreciate your trust in us. And
yes,
we're really, really grateful that you guys call and ask your questions. And so we wish you guys a blessed day and a blessed rest of your week. And just a quick shout out to my mom. Angels watch over you all night long. Sissy?
I say love, light, peace, and joy to all of you. Bye.
Bye.